Hi everybody! Welcome back to the show. Or should I say, welcome back to the channel. It's weird not having a live audience. You guys are way less judgmental in person. I'm kidding, of course, unless it's true. Anyway, enough about my fragile ego. Let's talk about people with more money than they could ever spend. That's right, we're diving headfirst into the fascinating world of Malaysia's ultra-wealthy. Forget about inflation, supply chain issues, or that weird smell in your refrigerator, because the folks on the Forbes list clearly haven't had to worry about any of that. Despite what the economy is doing, these tycoons managed to rake in a collective $90 billion. That's enough to buy a small country, or a very large yacht. So buckle up as we take a closer look at the top 10 names on this year's Forbes list of Malaysia's 50 richest. We're talking about family dynasties, self-made billionaires, and enough zeros to make your head spin. Let's do it. First up, we've got a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway because that's my job. At 101 years young, Robert Kwok is back at the top of the list. This guy has seen it all, folks. World War's the rise of the internet. That time I accidentally wore mismatched socks on national television. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the point. He's been dubbed the Sugar King for his early success in the sugar industry, but let's be real, the man's empire is sweeter than a Willy Wonka factory. We're talking agribusiness, hotels, and he even dipped his toes into the world of data centers in Johor. This guy doesn't just keep up with the times, he builds the future. And you know what they say, with age comes wisdom, and apparently a whole lot of wealth. I guess when you've been in the game as long as Robert Kwok, you learn a thing or two about making money. I once tried to make money by selling lemonade in front of my house, but the only customer I got was a stray dog. And he didn't even pay. But seriously, folks, Robert Kwok is a legend, a true titan of industry. He's proof that age is just a number, and that with hard work, determination, and maybe a little bit of luck, you can achieve anything. Or maybe you need to be a sugar king for that. I should look into that.
Check one, check.
Coming in at number 2, we have another familiar face. Kwek Leng Chun. This guy's the patriarch of the Hong Leong group, and let me tell you, this ain't your grandma's sewing circle. We're talking about a massive conglomerate with fingers in more pies than a bakery competition. Finance, food, you name it, they're probably involved. And speaking of dough, Kwek Leng Chun's wealth got a cool $1 billion boost this year. That's right, $1 billion. I don't know about you, but my bank account hasn't seen that kind of action since, well, ever. I think the most I've ever had in there was like $2,000, and that was after I returned those pants that didn't fit. But back to the matter at hand. Kwek Leng Chun's success is a testament to the power of diversification. It's like they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, unless that basket is made of solid gold and guarded by a team of highly trained attack chickens. Okay, maybe not that last part, but you get the idea. This guy's a true business genius, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up buying my house one day. And you know what? If he asks nicely, I might even throw in the mismatched socks. Now, let's talk about family businesses. At number 3, we have the Tay siblings, heirs to the public bank fortune built by their father, Tay Hong Paiao. Talk about a tough act to follow, right? But these siblings aren't just coasting on their inheritance. They've managed to grow their net worth by 9% this year, proving that they're not just caretakers of their father's legacy, they're building on it. Imagine inheriting a bank. I can barely keep track of my Netflix password. I mean, I know it's written down somewhere, maybe under a stack of old pizza boxes. Look, the point is, managing that kind of wealth takes serious skill. And speaking of skills, I hear the Tay siblings are as sharp as a tack. They're known for their business acumen, their philanthropic endeavors, and their ability to rock a matching power suit. Okay, I might have made that last part up, but hey, a guy can dream, right? But in all seriousness, the Tay siblings are a shining example of how to handle inherited wealth with grace and responsibility. They could be out there buying islands and private jets, but instead they're focused on growing their family business and giving back to the community. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go search for my Netflix password. I'm pretty sure there's a new season of Stranger Things out, and I'm not missing that. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the world of aluminum. At number 4, we have Kun Po Kiong and siblings, the masterminds behind a massive aluminum empire. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aluminum? That's not exactly the sexiest industry out there, but trust me, these guys are rolling in it. Their manufacturing business saw modest gains this year, which was enough to bump them up a spot on the list. And let's be real, who needs flashy when you've got aluminum? It's lightweight, it's durable, and it can be used to make everything from soda cans to airplanes. I bet you didn't know that Kunpo Kyong and siblings were basically responsible for your ability to enjoy a refreshing beverage on a hot day. You're welcome, world. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go check on my aluminum foil hat collection. Just kidding. Or am I? Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get interesting. At number 5, we have a brand new entry on the list, the Krishnan family. Now, you might not recognize their names, and there's a reason for that. The family's patriarch, Ananda Krishnan, was notoriously private. He was like the Batman of Malaysian billionaires. But after his passing, the family inherited his massive telecom and energy empire. We're talking about a level of wealth that would make Scrooge McDuck jealous. I mean, this guy probably had a vault full of gold coins that he swam in every morning. Okay, maybe not, but you get the picture. The Krishnan family is now stepping into the spotlight, and the business world is watching with bated breath to see what they'll do next. Will they expand the empire? Will they invest in new technologies? Will they finally reveal the secret to Ananda's legendary hair? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. The Krishnan family is a force to be reckoned with, and they're just getting started. Coming in at number 6, we have Lee Yao Chor and Yao Seng, the sons of the late IOI Group founder. These guys are basically royalty in the world of palm oil. And let me tell you, palm oil is big business. It's in everything from chocolate to lipstick to biofuel. But the Lee brothers aren't just sitting around counting their palm oil profits. They've also got their hands in property, proving that they know a thing or two about investing in tangible assets. I mean, who needs NFTs when you can own a skyscraper, right? And speaking of skyscrapers, I hear the Lee brothers have a pretty sweet view from their office. I'm talking panoramic vistas, floor-to-ceiling windows, the whole 9 yards. I bet they can even see my house from there, or at least they could if it wasn't for all those pesky trees in the way. But seriously, folks, the Lee brothers are a prime example of how to build upon a family legacy. They're taking their father's business to new heights, all while maintaining a reputation for integrity and innovation. They're like the dynamic duo of the Malaysian business world. Chapter 7. Francis Yeo and Siblings, Powering the Future. Get ready to enter the world of construction and utilities, because at number 7 we have Francis Yeo and Siblings. This family knows a thing or two about building things that last. Their company, YTL, has been around since 1955 and shows no signs of slowing down. But these days, Francis Yeo is all about looking towards the future, specifically a future powered by renewable energy. They're investing a whopping $3.3 billion to build Malaysia's first solar-powered data center in Johor. That's right, they're not just building buildings anymore. They're building the infrastructure for a sustainable future. And let's be real, who doesn't love a good data center? They're like the libraries of the internet, filled with endless information and cat videos. And the fact that this one will be powered by the sun, it's enough to make a tree hugger out of even the most jaded cynic. So there you have it, folks. Francis Yeo and Siblings, proving that you can be a captain of industry and an environmental champion at the same time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go charge my phone, using solar power, of course. Chapter 8, Lee Thiam Hua, from convenience stores to billionaire status. Get ready to be inspired, folks, because at number 8, we have a true self-made billionaire, Lee Thiam Hua. This guy is the brains behind 99 Speed Mart, the convenience store chain that's taking Malaysia by storm. But Lee Thiam Hua's story isn't just about selling snacks and sodas. It's about hard work, determination, and the power of a good bargain. He started small, but he had a vision and he never gave up on it. And now he's reaping the rewards to the tune of $1 billion fortune. And speaking of billions, Lee Thiam Hua's company recently went public, raising a cool $532 million in Malaysia's biggest IPO in 7 years. That's right, he took a simple idea, worked his tail off, and turned it into a financial juggernaut. It's enough to make you want to quit your day job and open a convenience store, isn't it? But before you do, remember, not everyone can be Lee Thiam Hua. This guy's a born entrepreneur, a retail visionary, and a master of the Slurpee machine. Chapter 9, Jeffrey Cheer building a legacy, brick by brick. Hold on to your hard hats, folks, because we're about to enter the world of property development. At number 9, we have Jeffrey Cheer, the founder of the Sunway Group. This guy's basically the Bob the Builder of Malaysia, except instead of fixing leaky faucets, he's building entire cities. And speaking of cities, have you seen what Jeffrey Cheer has done with Sunway City? It's like a mini metropolis, complete with shopping malls, theme parks, and even a university. It's the kind of place where you can live, work, and play without ever having to leave. But Jeffrey Cheer isn't just about building structures, he's about building a legacy. He's a firm believer in the power of education, and he's invested heavily in Sunway University, making it one of the top institutions in Malaysia. And let's be real, who doesn't love a billionaire who gives back to the community? It's like the Robin Hood of real estate, except instead of stealing from the rich, he's making everyone richer. Or at least that's what I tell myself when I walk past his buildings. Chapter 10, Chia Song Kun and family, diversifying their way to the top. And last but not least, rounding out our top 10 list, we have Chia Song Kun and family. This family is all about diversification. Their company, Hapseng Consolidated BHD, has its fingers in everything from plantations to property to automobiles. Talk about spreading the wealth. It's like they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket unless that basket is made of solid gold and guarded by a team of highly trained attack chickens. But seriously, folks, Chia Song Kun and family are a prime example of how to build a sustainable business empire. They're not afraid to try new things, and they're always looking for the next big opportunity. They're like the Swiss Army knife of the Malaysian business world, always prepared, always adaptable, and always ready to make a profit. And with a strategy like that, it's no wonder they've earned a spot on this list. That's a wrap, the 2025 Malaysian Rich List. Well, folks, there you have it. The top 10 richest people in Malaysia. These titans of industry, these captains of capitalism, these really rich people are proof that even in uncertain times, there's still plenty of money to be made. And while we might not all have billion-dollar bank accounts, we can still learn a thing or two from their ambition, their drive, and their impeccable sense of style. But remember, folks, money isn't everything. It's also about the friends you make along the way, especially if those friends own yachts and private jets. Just kidding. Or am I? So, there you have it, folks, the 2025 Malaysian Rich List. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go figure out how to become best friends with a billionaire. Wish me luck.